Hi, you all. It is Jenny coming to you today on round 3 in the past 12 months of hCG, phase 2, day 12. Today I got on the scale and it said minus 0.4. So it's a minus. We're going to take it. I'm going to be happy with that. So we're back to a total weight loss of 6.9 pounds in 12 days. So that's the average of a half a pound a day, which is a little over half a pound a day, which is what I average on the whole diet. A little concerned about those numbers because I feel like it's harder for me as time goes on, but if you look at yesterday's video, you'll see that my numbers are exactly as they always are on this diet, with the exception of the very first time I did it, which I did the very strict protocol. I mean, very strict. I had just dry turkey meat and lettuce, no fats, exactly the amount that I was supposed to have, and no lotions on my skin for the extra oils absorbing in your body. Like I was very strict on it. I do want to point out that I had a thought today in terms of the hCG working. The hCG hormone I got is exactly the one that I always get, but I ordered it through Amazon this time as opposed to through the actual website that I shared a couple days ago. And I'm starting to wonder now if it has as full a potency as it normally does. For some reason, to me, it tastes a little watery. I mean, it's a very watery substance anyway, but somehow it seemed like it had more substance to it before. So I'm going to take back the recommendation I had that if you want to just get one bottle, go to Amazon because it's the same price there if you have free shipping as it would be to just go buy the one and get one free on the website from the company they recommend, just to be completely safe. And maybe this is messing with my numbers a little bit too. So buyer beware, I guess is what I'm saying. So in the past 4 days, I lost 0.3, I gained 0.4, I lost 0.4. So yesterday I gained 0.4, then I lost 0.4. So it's basically a 2-day stall, if you will. Hoping tomorrow looks better. I did not have my bacon yesterday, as I said I was going to. Long story as to why, but anyway, the fish started defrosting, so I had that, and I certainly didn't want to have bacon cooking in the house because I would have eaten some. Even if I didn't have bacon in my salad, I would have been snacking. I know it. It's one of in my top 5 foods that I can't resist when I smell them. I mean, come on, can anybody? All right, I'm going to read to you from Dr. Simeon's protocol today. I was reviewing the duration of treatment information, so I'm going to pull out some stuff from it and read it to you because I find it very interesting. Here we go. It says, patients who need to lose 15 pounds, don't we all wish we only needed to lose 15? Patients who need to lose 15 pounds or less require 26-day treatment with 23 injections, okay? So 23 injections are 21 days on the diet plus 2 days of injections while you're doing loading. So the 26 days on the treatment include 21 on the plus 2 days of loading. So that's 23. And then an additional 3 days of being on the diet where you're not. I had always heard it was 2 days, but the protocol says 3 days of eating the 500 calorie diet. All right, so here we go. The extra 3 days are needed because all patients must continue the 500 calorie diet for 3 days after the last injection or the last day you inhaled hCG. This is a very essential part of the treatment because if they start eating normally, as long as there is even a trace of hCG in their body, they will put on weight alarmingly at the end of this treatment. After 3 days, when all the hCG has been eliminated, this does not happen. Because, I found this interesting, the blood is then no longer saturated with food and can thus accommodate the extra influx from the intestines without increasing its volume by retaining water. So, the nutrients from your fat stores are really going right into your bloodstream. And you need this pulling from those fat stores to stop. If you nutrients in your bloodstream and you're putting more food in your body, you're going to gain weight. So it's imperative that you let the hCG completely eliminate from your body, stop doing what it normally does, and let yourself eat normally. So for 3 days at the very end. All right. It goes on. I just find this interesting. I just wanted to share. We never give treatment lasting less than 26 days, even if the patients need to only lose 5 pounds. And I alluded to this before, but it's a little bit more detail here. It seems that even in the mildest cases of obesity, the diamphylon, I'm going to pronounce that incorrectly, I'm sorry, requires about 3 weeks rest from the maximal exertion to which it has been previously subjected in order to regain fully its normal fat banking capacity. Clinically, this expresses itself in the fact that when, in these mild cases, treatment is stopped as soon as the weight is normal, which may be achieved in a week, it is much more easily regained than after a full course of 23 injections. So, he is saying that if you just do it for a week and you've lost the weight you need to lose and you go back, your weight's going to tend to come back. Your body needs to reset itself, and I believe this is the hormone they're talking about is from the pituitary gland. It's to reset itself and get used to its new normal. So, but you don't want to continue losing the weight. So this is what he says. As soon as such patients have lost all their abnormal extra fat, superfluous fat, they at once begin to feel ravenously hungry there's a typo here, and I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to say. It's talking about continuing the ejections. This is because hCG only puts abnormal fat into the circulation and cannot and does not use normal fat deposits. Indeed, it seems to prevent their consumption. So it's saying, say your body literally only has 5 pounds of extra fat. God bless you. I really don't think you should be on this diet at all. But for the purposes of his study, he took people in like that. So they lost their 5 pounds of fat. If your body doesn't have any more extra fat restores, it is not going to start going after the fat that's in your organs and that. What it's going to do is it's going to make you feel ravenously hungry because your body needs to get more food. So because of these, as soon as their statistically normal weight is reached, these patients are put on an 800 to 1,000 calorie diet for the rest of the treatment. So he says you need to continue for the 21 days, just up your calorie intake. The diet is arranged in such a way that the weight remains perfectly stationary and is thus continued for 3 days after the 23rd injection. So again, for additional 3 days, just as we said before with everyone else dieting, they have to continue that same length of protocol. Only then are the patients free to eat anything they please except for sugar and starches for the next 3 weeks. So I find that interesting. So a big part of what this diet is just resetting and retraining your brain that this is your new normal. This is where your body is. This is where it's going to stay. It resets the hypothalamus in your brain. And even if you're just losing a little bit of weight and you have no more to lose, he's saying stay on the hCG hormone for the full treatment of the 23 days and just increase your calorie intake because you're going to need more calories because you have no fat stores that it's going to. Fascinating, isn't it? I thought that was fascinating. The more I understand some of the science behind this, the more it interests me. So there you go. That's all I'm talking about today. I'll see you tomorrow after Bacon Day. I'll see how that goes. And if I find that it's a stall or an increase on the scale, which I'm scared it may be, I may do an apple day next week. I swore I'd never do an apple day again because I don't really enjoy apple days. I just really want protein. And the steak days aren't really designed for P2. Steak days are designed for P3. I could do a steak day, but a steak day would be no different than a normal day for me, quite frankly. It's just good for P3. So there we go. I'm gonna be in touch with you tomorrow, and I'm going to do something with my hair. My hair looks like it's gray right here in this light. I got to change the lighting. Hopefully I'll have different lighting here tomorrow, because at home, in my mirror, everywhere else, it does not look gray, but it does here. So I have this bright reflection. I do have blonde highlights, but that does not look blonde. Maybe. Or fix my camera somehow so it doesn't look like I have a skunk streak. Okay. I digress. That's all for now. You take care. I'll be in touch with you tomorrow on day 13 of P2 in round 3 of my hCG diet this year. Bye.